3 children born today will face it in their lifetime. 1 in 4 people who have it don't know it yet, and 1 in 5 Americans are at high risk of developing it. Together, we can stop a disease that burdens and shortens life. Help us raise awareness, raise research funds, and raise hope at StopDiabetes.com.
Type 1 diabetes for 21 years. I was diagnosed at age 4, and at that time, I was scared, confused, and basically afraid at the sight of a needle. Growing up as a child, I was never comfortable with the disease. However, that changed for me when I went to Camp Carolina Trails, an ADA-sponsored camp. At that camp, I learned what it meant to have PMA, positive mental attitude. Having a PMA helps me manage my diabetes, take control of it, and helps me in other areas of my life as well, such as leadership, at jobs, throughout college, and as a professional today. Being involved with camp set the stage for me to become increasingly involved with the ADA. I currently serve as a camp counselor and have done so for the past 6 years at Camp Carolina Trails. I grew up in Charlotte and participated in the Step Out Walks there and served as the team captain for the UNC Diabetes Care Center for the past 3 years. This past summer, I completed my first 2 Tour de Cure rides, and I believe there's a picture up there of me in my Team Type 1 gear. I'm very active in other areas of diabetes advocacy outside of the American Diabetes Association, such as Team Type 1 and Diabetes Sisters, a nonprofit organization for women with diabetes. I'm here because I want to stop diabetes, because it is a disease that you cannot escape. There is no remission, no vacation, and no days off. At times, no matter how hard you try, diabetes can be frustrating and unpredictable, and that can get discouraging. To find a cure means to find a life free of the constant worry of this disease and the complications it can bring, and to find a cure would be an amazing thing.
Hello, my name is Marcy Williams, and I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes December the 14th, 2005. And if you can see the picture of me there with my granddaughter, it was more than just diabetes that was taking a toll on my health. My first introduction to the ADA was through a certified diabetes educator who taught me how to inject insulin. I grew up with a parent who was a diabetic, but despite that, it quickly became apparent to me that there was much I did not know. I did not speak the language of diabetes. The units, counting carbs, what's a fasting blood sugar, why do I have to stick myself, all of the apathies treated by all of the ologists, I was lost. Fortunately, there was one thing that remained very consistent throughout this entire journey, and that was that little red triangle. And it became more than just a credible source of information to me. The ADA has been my partner in a journey to wellness. I can't tell you how much it means to me to be a volunteer for the ADA, because I know that there are so many people that need the help and the guidance just like I did, and continue to this day. Through everything, that little red triangle just kept meaning so much to me that all of the information that was given to me, I would flip it over to see, did it come from the ADA? And I still continue to do that to this day. One of the things that I think about when I contemplate why do I want to stop diabetes is my granddaughter. And this is the same young lady that you see me holding there. And not long ago, she had asked me, will diabetes make you dead? My reason for wanting to stop diabetes is so that no child, man or woman, would ever have that fear again of losing someone to this disease. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Rain Brazel and I am 8 years old. My parents found out when I was 13 months old that I have diabetes. I also have celiac disease, so I have to be very careful with my diet. I try to eat lots of fresh fruits and vegetables and keep my diabetes under control as much as possible. I am in the 2nd grade at Glendale Kinley Elementary School, and there is no one else in my class with diabetes. I felt like I was the only one that had diabetes until my grandmother found out last July that she too has diabetes. I hate that my grandmother has diabetes, but it feels good to have someone who has to watch their diet just like me. This is my grandmother.
I found out that I had diabetes when I went to my doctor just to get my annual checkup. While I've always been supportive of Rain and her diabetes, it really struck home when I too had to start watching everything I put in my mouth. My great-grandfather had diabetes and my mother died with diabetes complications. With the support and assistance of the Duke Diabetes Center, I have gained some control over my disease, and since being diagnosed in July last year, I have lost 28 pounds, and my HA1C has gone down to 6.4. I have been very fortunate to control my diabetes with diet and exercise, unlike Rain, who has to use her insulin pump every day. Her father, my son, Wade Rasmussen, he's with us tonight. He was very instrumental in our fundraising efforts for the ADA for 2 years by designing and helping to build 2 playhouses, which we raffled off to have the money to donate to the ADA. Diabetes will be in our lives for the rest of our lives, but by supporting the American Diabetes Association and the work they do, we hope to control our diabetes and not let our diabetes control us. Rain and I would like to stop diabetes because
we do not want my children or grandchildren to have diabetes like we do. I'm Rain.
I'm Wanda.
Thank you.